and the warrior. He knows Neirea is known for warrior. He can either play OTK warrior or he can play control warrior. And Ek0p doesn't want to find out which one it is. Ek0p doesn't want to have to maybe deal with OTK warrior because really, who plays against that? Who really has a lot of experience against that?
Yeah, it's one of those decks that'll take you off guard, and you don't practice against it because you don't even it's not big enough in the metagame. So it's gonna be Rogue.
Game 1, Rogue versus Hunter.
Who do you favor in a matchup like this?
I think it really depends on the type of Rogue you're running, but generally these days I'd say the Hunter is slightly favored. But as we can see from the hands, Neirea has a really good hand. He has the backstab, he has the auto barber, just really good early drops.
Yeah, and the Hunter's hand did improve a bit after the mulligan, though, with the web spinner and the 200 creepers.
Now, I have to say, not a lot of people are bringing Rogue, but I think as I have a bit insider information being a part of Team Liquid as well, I think Neirea's Rogue is going to be a little special, and I'm really looking forward to what he's going to bring. Oh my god, SI Agent as a draw, that's really perfect.
Yeah, for turn 3, it's just curving perfectly here.
Yeah, basically exactly what you want as the Rogue player.
If he top decks Fan of Knives, that's going to get even better. With the second Haunted Creeper coming down, you have a prep Fan of Knives play that is...
Yeah, I mean, backstab, SI Agent, prep Fan of Knives, exactly what you want. Oh, we see Neirea has drawn the haha.
the what?
The haha.
The haha.
The South Sea deckhand, of course.
Yes.
The South Sea deckhand. When that card comes down, he just says haha and he kills you right away.
Yeah, usually that's what he does with triple Cold Blood and quadruple
Huffer.
Shadow Steps. Well, is that really a surprise to you?
I mean, 99% of the time it's Huffer.
That's exactly what I figured.
Of course, is that even the best one? I don't think it's even that great just because backstab and SI just...
They all would have died.
So
the best one might have been Leok, just to trade with a Barber here.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
Now that you mention it. Whoa.
Oh, Neirea's
turning on the
aggro.
aggressive gears. Ek0p not even flinching.
Neirea's Ek0p certainly didn't expect that, but he has a really good answer. He has the Houndmaster.
A card that has been phased out of a lot of Hunter decks, actually, now that I see it. I haven't seen that card in a long time. I'm actually glad that it's been is being played right now by Ek0p.
Yeah, people are kind of favoring the piloted Shredders as the 4-drops instead, but I think the Houndmaster is just really useful in situations exactly like this. He buffs the Haunted Creeper, and he's going to play the trading game. Ek0p has seen that Neirea just wants to go for face. Neirea wants to race. But
yeah, he's given that away pretty clearly.
Oh my god. 2 preps and an eviscerate. Oh my god, he's going to play his whole hand.
Is he? No, I think he'll just sap the 4-3 and go face with a dagger. Or does he keep it for Blade Flurry later on? He's not in a hurry at the moment.
Alright, that's pretty expected.
The plays of Neirea really indicate a very aggressive playstyle, so Ek0p is going to be prepared for that. If he plays Eagle Hornbow here, do you think that that's better than playing the kill command to make sure you don't have to deal with to take the damage from a Drake?
I'm not sure. He's seen that Neirea is just wants to be really aggressive, so taking damage to the face is something that he might regret later. I'm not sure. Oh my god, Neirea saves the preparation. He doesn't prep Evis last turn, and he gets the exact right card. He gets a sprint, and that means he's going to draw 4 cards for only 4 mana.
And he's going to have perfect card draw here. Another sprint in case he needs cards, and the Blade Flurry to wipe a medium-sized board, which is exactly what's here right now.
Now, it's interesting to note that because Neirea, he went offensive in a previous turn, Ek0p was forced to play more defensive. So even though he went offensive and he didn't trade removing damage from the board, he basically forced Ek0p to trade.
Yeah, which is something you're really happy to do as aggro rogue at this point in the meta. I've seen quite a few aggressive rogue decks, but none of them has been running double sprint, so I really like what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I feel like double sprint is kind of a necessity these days when you're playing rogue, simply because you don't have the auctioneer for your draw power, and rogue is all about cheap, efficient spells. So you're often like using 2 spells to clear one of your opponent's 1 minion often. So you're gonna run out of you're gonna gain tempo on the board, but you're gonna run out of cards. And sprint, especially prep sprint, helps that immensely.
Yeah, and it's funny because right now there's a snake trap on Ek0p's board, but seeing what we've seen from Neirea, is he even going to want to bother triggering the snake trap?
And oh my god, here's the combo. We
This is
see South
perfect.
Sea Deckhand
With
and
the
the Tinker
Tinkers,
Sharp Sword Oil.
this is exactly what Neirea wants right now. Yeah, this is very, very similar to a lot of the decks that I've been seeing nowadays, but he's got the perfect lineup.
So just straight from hand, how much damage is that? The 2 from the deckhand, 4
Plus
from
3, so that's 5. 5 plus 5 from Dagger. So that's 10 just from the Dagger and the South Sea deckhand, and Eviscerate on top. That's another 4. So all he needs to get is an extra 3. In essence.
Let's see what survives. I think
Nothing
Ek0p is
will.
probably going to want to clear the board here.
If Ek0p uses his face to trade, he's killing himself, and he already knows that because he's probably seen something akin to what he's seeing. He's looking at right now. All right. So Ek0p does have a lot of damage though. He might win next turn if Neirea doesn't seal the game right now. He needs a cold blood or some kind of.
Oh, Sabotage.
That's going to
Sabotage
take out the Eagle Horn Bow. That's right.
Yeah, that's an excellent draw.
But how do you pair it with what you've got? It's just a bit too expensive at the moment.
This is one of those turns where I really would not know what to do.
Yeah, this is exactly the situation I don't want to be stuck in. Do you just play South Sea Deckhand, Eviscerate, and then Tinkers? To eviscerate the Knife Juggler, then you or just Sabotage. Sorry, not Tinkers, and you just don't Tinkers or South Sea Deckhand, or just for the combo, or Eviscerate Knife Juggler, then Sabotage. That slows you down a little bit, but
The problem is Sabotage might not even be that good. Depends what RNG you get. You can't kill the Haunted Creeper. That just puts more damage on board.
you remove the kill command possible. Well, then again, you've already seen one kill command, so the odds of it being a big play around is not a big deal.
You don't even remove kill command because you know your opponent has a beast because the web spinner
The web
died
spinner
last
gave
turn.
him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really would not like to be in Neirea's position right now.
Neirea actually drew pretty well, but I guess
Is it
can't
Eviscerate
really
something
outrace
you
the
do?
hunter. Oh man, Neirea's roping. This is gonna.
What if you eviscerate the Knife Juggler and Tinker's Sharp Sword your dagger to attack face? No, there's no way that's the play. Wow. I think Neirea just froze.
Well, Neirea's
He must have
camera isn't working.
disconnected. Yeah, I think he just disconnected.
Well, that's
Okay.
awkward.
I wonder what his play would have been though. Oh, okay, back to Ek0p, who's just going to win. I'm assuming.
I mean, there's lethal right now.
Right
I
there,
bet,
yeah.
in these kind of situations, experienced tournament players usually they try to rope the turn. Like they have lethal right now, but they're trying to wait for like an admin to tell them what to do. And
Because that's way too unusual to just assume that the opponent has passed the turn and not done anything. Yeah. No, we'll see exactly what's going on here. The admins are going to keep us up to date. Ek0p's face showing his surprise.
yeah, we were just talking about how Neirea was such in deep thought, but it turns out he disconnected.
Maybe he had a play. Maybe he knew what he wanted to do. We just, yeah.
I mean, he's about to rope, so
Ek0p decides. Oh, okay. His opponent left.
Neirea denies the lethal by disconnecting. What a
Yeah, that's a
Brilliant
great
play.
strategy. Brilliant play here by Neirea, denying Ek0p the lethal, which means he does not officially win the game. Of course not, but it's kind of sad. I wish I could have seen the turn that Neirea would have taken here. I don't know what I would have done in this case.
yeah, I don't know either.
Do you know the rulings here about the disconnect?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait for an admin for the rulings.
All right, so let's just wait in the meantime. So this is a very aggressive rogue deck, interestingly enough. You
Yeah,
told me I'd enjoy it, and I do. Yeah, I think it's. I've seen similar things with Collateral, bringing back like backspace, but this looks a little bit more consistent, maybe.
Yeah, like there's like basically as I was saying before, there are two types of rogue. There's more minion-based heavy rogues, like the one that Caldi was running, and then there's the more like aggressive, I'm gonna kill you rogues with the Tinker Sharp Sword Oil. And in this case, Neirea used he used the South Sea Deckhand, or he would have used the South Sea Deckhand to activate that that card.
So I see his face moving on the webcam. Does that mean he's back and living, or?
He's at least back for now.
Yeah. They think he might have been. There might have been a problem with his connection. So. All right. So he's at least alive. Nice.
All right, we're still awaiting word from the admins.
Yep. In the meantime, I would like to point out that this tournament is being run by Kinguin for the sake of the Child's Play Foundation, which is the whole purpose of this tournament. It's a charity event. Donations that are given to the, there's a link in the description below that you can follow and then donate to the Child's Play Foundation. It's for a good cause. All the funds go directly to them. Nothing gets kept by anyone on the way. It's all going there. And it's for the sake of giving children in the hospital with cancer the ability to have to enjoy games. So video games, consoles, board games, just about anything to make their lives a little easier. So that's the whole point of the event.
All right. Oh, we actually have word from the admins now. That's great. So Ek0p wins that game, and we're gonna try to continue on. See if Neirea has any more connection problems. I mean, hopefully he doesn't. That would be such a shame for one of the best matches of the round of 16 to get stalled out like that.
Is he frozen again? His face. This is just the picture, I'm guessing. Then.
No, it's actually him. He was moving before.
Okay, so he just froze. Okay.
So he might be having
disconnection issues again, possibly. Well, Ek0p was given the win after this disconnect. Do you think he would have won either way? I think he was in a good enough position that we can assume.
Yeah, I think it was really hard. Well, Neirea pretty much needed to get pretty good RNG. He needed to combo, sabotage. The best case scenario was that he killed the knife juggler, killed the weapon, maybe survive one more turn, and then hopefully he top decks lethal in the next turn.
Yeah, but he only had he would have had the South Sea deckhand plus Tinkers and Cold Blood perhaps. So that would have been the limit of the win. So we can probably say that the win for Ek0p, following the rulings, is probably still in his favor regardless, if the game would have been played out.
Yep. Still, the admins are kind of trying to decide what to do with the next game if Neirea's connection is stable enough. And apparently it is. We're about a minute away from the next game.
So what deck does Neirea have after this? We know that his warrior was banned. He's got priest and druid left, as far as I'm aware. So is he going to pick priest or druid?
Priest or druid? I think out of both those decks, I think priest definitely has a much more favorable matchup.
Yeah.
Especially because I think Neirea tends to favor priests that are more anti-aggro. I've seen him on stream using things such as Zombie Chow without the Undertakers in Priest. And obviously Zombie Chows, they really contest Hunter boards really well. If you put a Zombie Chow against your opponent's Undertaker and they don't have death rattles, you're like, hey.
You completely stop their snowball potential.
Free Undertakers, that's great.
Yeah. Oh, so Neirea did pick Priest, it seems, which is the right pick, of course. Makes a lot of sense.
I'm really hoping that Neirea wins this game just so we have the potential of a priest mirror.
You like priest mirrors a lot?
Well, I it's not that I like them, it's that I don't see them enough, and I just like a bit of variety in my life.
Yeah, a bit of variety in your life. Priest versus priest is variety. It's heal, pass, heal, pass. Heal, and then you're on 9 cards, 10 cards, and you realize you have to play something. So then you play something.
And then you play your Northshire clerics, and then you lose.
Because they just abuse you. They use Wild Pyromancer combos, and you overdraw your entire deck.
I think Neirea having Priest in his lineup is actually really good against Ek0p's lineup because I think Priest does really well against Paladin.
Paladin, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It has the Akanai circles to clear the 3 HP Quartermasters. It can stall out the hero power with Zombie Chows or Northshire clerics. Just everything is really good in that matchup. But right now we see Ek0p with the Hunter, Neirea with the Priest. Neirea hoping to make a comeback in this game.
All right, so Undertaker and Ek0p starting hand. Zombie Chow, hello. All right, maybe you're right. He might have them in his deck right now without Undertakers.
Yeah.
And Ek0p's hand, a bit on the slow side as far as follow-ups for this Undertaker.
Yeah. Ek0p doesn't have a death rattle for this Undertaker, but he does have a freezing trap. It's not what you really want, but I guess it's something.
It's better than anything else you could have at the moment, and you want to make sure your Undertaker will at least live at this point. Because if you lose control of the board at any point, and like let's assume he didn't play a freezing trap and the Dark Cultist fell down, like how do you recover from that? How do you just prevent the snowball in the priest part? He's going to be the one who's doing the beatdown, and you don't want to be in that position. So this is a nice play here.
Oh man, Shadow Madness is drawn for the priest. That's also a very important card. Shadow Madness, one of the best cards that you could have against the Hunter, just because we know that the Hunter is running Houndmaster, and if he Houndmasters something like a Web Spinner or a Haunted Creeper, you can just Shadow Madness that card.
Into the Houndmaster.
Into the Houndmaster, and then get the death rattles. Perfect.
That's true. Yep. Yeah, not a very snowbally moment here for the Hunter, which is usually what they try to do when they start with their Undertakers. This is just not what he wants to see. Oh wow, 2 death rattles. So the priest has more death rattles than the Hunter. Yeah, unusual circumstance, but it does happen.
Yeah, it's great that now Neirea will be able to use these little creatures to contest the board. Haunted Creeper, Clockwork Gnome, 2 of the maybe better cards that you could have gotten from the Thought Steal. Hunter has like some cards that are kind of dead, but I'd say these are okay.
Yeah, and now he's putting down the Alkanized Soul Priest without a circle just to force the Hunter to deal with them. He has to, because it's going to at least force a kill command away, or force the opponent to trade with his weapon.
Yeah, but Ek0p has kill commands in spades. 2, in fact, in his hand already. There's 1.
That's 5 less damage to the priest's face. I used to feel like against hunters, I started the game at 20 health, and I feel like that's less and less the case post GVG. I feel like they're usually forced to use their kill commands on minions, which was not my experience before that. All right, Iron Cow on the Sludge Belcher, and I mean, with Ek0p, like as Ek0p here, how do you feel considering you probably expect some kind of, you know, Holy Nova maybe being played, Shadow Madness? This is the point where priests just start wiping your board and force you in a position you just don't want to be in.
I think as the Hunter player, you just kind of have to play like they don't have those kinds of cards, because if you play out a more long, drawn-out game, then the priest is just you just lose, because
you just lose.
Priest has more value cards than you do, and his cards he's going to be drawing more high-quality minions on average.
Yep. So if you're Neirea here, let's assume, looking from his perspective, a trap was put down, might not be freezing, but he did not see Snake last game. So he does not know what it is, and now he sees the snakes and he's not happy about it at all.
Yeah, you can see the look on his face. That's probably maybe even the worst one that he could have gotten.
Yeah, you have to kill that Haunted Creeper on the Undertaker, and hopefully that's enough to mitigate some of the damage input. Wow, that's a lot of damage from Ek0p here. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11. Oh, he's 1 off. I think he's 1 off lethal if he heals.
So
if Neirea doesn't heal, he's dead. And he's dead. No, we don't know. Alright, he's healing up. Okay, so he's 1 off lethal. And Sludge Belcher might be his saving grace.
Oh man, and a high main is drawn for
Shower
Ek0p.
Death could help a little bit. Oh, goody. Alright, so how do you... Oh, wow. That Snake Trap being MVP here. Neirea didn't see it last game because he didn't get to finish the game and attack into something, maybe. As we saw, maybe he would have wanted to trigger it last game at the end. Maybe get some information about the Hunter deck.
Yeah, information would have definitely been great. Now Neirea didn't know from the last game. He didn't learn that Ek0p does run Snake Trap, which definitely is biting him in the ass right now.
Yeah, I think that might have been a really important piece of information to acquire. Is Ek0p going to play it a bit slowly?
I mean,
I think just going face is probably the
Yeah, I think
The
so too.
ultimate
But
outcome.
throwing down high main isn't exactly what I call slow. I mean, I get what you're trying to say. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's a pretty good
definitely.
play.
Yeah,
Pretty
it is a
fast
good play.
play.
It's like
Just
the Doctor Boom
relatively.
rule. It's when can you play Doctor Boom? Do you have 7 mana? Okay, you're good to go.
Nerea's looking really sad right now.
Yeah, with the high main coming up off the top. This is worse. I mean, Holy Nova would help a little bit here. Just be able to get you could kill the high main, the Nova, the board off, and you'd be alive for at least 1 turn. I'm being told
Okay.
there's another disconnect here on Nerea's part. Ouch. Just. Ouch. I guess hunters do that.
Yeah, I guess Neirea just.
He got steady shotted in the connection.
Yeah, but at least again in that particular scenario, the hunter was gonna win, probably gonna win anyway. There was like a 99% chance he's gonna win. Like in the previous game, there was probably a 90% chance that Ek0p was gonna win, but this one is like definitely more definitive.
Yeah, like the Savannah Highmane really just stealing the game. If any other card had come off the top for Ek0p that wasn't offensive enough, then I would have said otherwise. But that Savannah Highmane just stealed the game completely. And even if that hadn't been, I mean, the kill command alone would have put Neirea on 1 health. So the only comeback mechanism would have been some kind of Holy Nova or Holy Fire play with a Wild Pyromancer.
Yeah, just really unfortunate. Neirea.
It's a bit underwhelming. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really unfortunate.
he got the zombie chow opening. He got a Akanai Soul Priest. Unfortunately, he didn't draw into the Akanai Circle combo, which would have been really huge. His zombie chow, it got freezing trapped. Again, really huge for Ek0p. Even though he didn't have death rattles, that Undertaker just kept doing one damage until eventually Ek0p drew into a Mad Scientist and then a Haunted Creeper, and then it did 2 damage and 3 damage. And that damage all just added up. Undertaker probably did about 10 to 12 damage that game.
1 mana Pyroblast, right? Sometimes you just can't deal with them. And that freezing trap, it was even a slow start for the Hunter, but I think the double kill command was really a big help here. Being able to, the Iron Beak Owl to remove the Sludge Belchers, remaining 1-2. Being able to go face despite the Sludge Belcher. Even without Death Rattle start, the Hunter still pulled through and would have probably won the game on the back of that. So that was a really nice, well, I mean, yeah, it's nice, but it's fairly common nowadays. So the next game, theoretically, if Ek0p gets this by default, then it will be Ek0p's Hunter against Neirea's Druid, I believe.
That, I would say, is definitely a favorable matchup for the Hunter.
The Hunter in this case, yep.
Especially if Neirea is running more of like a combo Druid. Those tend to be a little bit weaker against Hunter because they have fewer taunts and they have like kind of clunky cards sometimes with the combo. Yeah. You don't really want the combo against Hunter because Force of Nature and Savage Roar, they're just generally not efficient at on their own at removing creatures from the Hunter, which is essentially what you want to do at all times.
Yeah, you'll be happy to use them against maybe a Zoo sometimes. There are times where you're more... I'm happier to use it against Zoo than I am against a Hunter a lot of the time. Because their stuff is just way aggravating. The Force of Nature, there's basically nothing unless I'm killing them. So you just want your, as you said, the lineup of taunts for, Senjin, Shieldmaster into Sludge Belcher, Zoo to the Claw. But if that's not the deck he's running, then that's going to be a much different experience against Hunter.
Yeah, against Zoo, you can always like Force of Nature into Flame Imps, Knife Jugglers. But against Hunter, you have like fewer options. Sometimes you can Force of Nature into a Knife Juggler, but oftentimes you're going to be facing things such as Haunted Creepers and Web Spinners, which just not really efficient to Force of Nature into.
And if you attack the Juggler, it's going to be, hello, Snake Trap, how are you doing? And then you just feel even worse for having killed it, because you might lose a tree on the way, and I mean, it's just, it's very inefficient, basically. So I'm kind of curious to see here if Neirea is reconnecting for the 3rd game, or if there's still connection problems on his end. It's really unfortunate that this match has to, I don't know, end like this, on disconnects. I have a closure problem right here. Like I'm undergoing closure issues.
It's okay. We can see a therapist together.
Wait. You're going too fast, Monk. We're just started casting together. You just don't push it.
Tomorrow we'll be moving in together.
That's fine.
All right. So judging by Nerea's camera right now, he still hasn't reconnected.
He still can't believe what's happening.
He's like, oh my God, Hunters.
Oh my God, poor Neirea.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. And Ek0p still has his 2 decks on the back end, regardless. So
Yeah, and I feel for Neirea that was really the important match of this whole series because Priest it's theoretically was favorable against the Hunter, and theoretically it should be favorable against the Paladin deck.
yeah,
So just the Priest alone, and of course Ek0p's third deck was the Priest deck, so he could potentially win a 50-50 there. So Neirea, now that the Priest deck is gone, can he sweep with Druid? It's definitely possible because Druid is the deck throughout Hearthstone history. Druid is the deck that 3-0s the most out of any other deck. But again, going
against
through
Hunter
decks,
is against Hunter and
Yeah.
then Priest and then Paladin. That's a huge amount of health to go. I mean, Priest and Paladin. Like just think about them against Druid. You can say Priest is like harshly at a disadvantage, but I feel like they're not that bad now post GVG, much less than they used to be. And if it's a taunt heavy deck, then sometimes it's a bit slow. If they
Yeah.
don't get the innervate ramps right away, it can be recoverable for the Priest.
yeah, basically what you're saying is it's not like Neirea's Druid will be going against 3 warriors back to back.
Back to
Then-
back, exactly.
Then Neirea might as well be even favored.
Yeah, exactly. But in this case, it's very different.
Neirea's still not back, unfortunately, but I think we're about to get some word from the admins right now.
Yep, looks like it. We see them typing in the chat.
We're eagerly awaiting them. No, nothing yet.
Nothing
So-
yet. Yeah, they're typing, but
so-
they're not entering. Yeah.
So while we're waiting, let's talk about why we're hosting this tournament. Of course, this is called Kinguin for Charity Winter Edition. Now, what charity are we hosting this tournament for? And it's gonna be Child's Play. Child's Play is a charity that they give video games and toys to hospitals so that kids, when they visit the hospital, they definitely don't want to be there. It's usually just a very uncomfortable situation altogether. But this, when they have the toys, when they have video games, they're a bit more comfortable. They make a painful experience a bit less painful, I'd say.
Yeah, that's definitely that's the reason why this is all done. And so any donations you do for this cause are going directly to them. There is no middleman. Well, sort of, but it's funneling directly into their accounts. So feel free to click in the link in the description below and follow that. And yeah, for a good cause.
All right, so we just got word that unfortunately this match will have to be delayed. Neirea's connection is still a little problemsome, so this match will actually be delayed till tomorrow. I believe Ek0p will start off with a 2-0, and Neirea will have to try to climb back tomorrow with his remaining Druid deck. So I bet he's going to be playing a lot of Druid tonight, just practicing and everything. And right now we're going to be having a 10-minute break soon, and we're going to go into the next match.
Yep, we're gonna be back. Who's gonna be playing afterwards?
I believe. Let me check for a second. It's going to be RDU versus Gara. These are 2 players that were very successful earlier last year, but they've kind of been dropping off a bit. RDU has won one of the Dream Hacks. He's won a Prismata Cup. He got 3rd place in the WCA tournament. But recently, hasn't been doing very well at all. And similarly, RDU, he's won a Dream Hack. He's won just multiple tournaments, and he got 4th at WCA. A similar list of accomplishments, but post GVG, he hasn't been doing well at all. So it's going to be a battle of players who just need redemption right now.
Yeah.
And certainly one of these players will get it.
So we'll be right back after the short break. 10 minutes. Don't move. Don't go anywhere. Kinguin for charity event.